The Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. When this album came out, the Stones were pretty much the champions of the world. On their live album Get Your Ya-Ya's Out, which preceded this one, they are announced as the greatest rock and roll band in the world. The Beatles had split, so the only other contenders were Led Zeppelin and The Who. Old punks like me usually prefer the ramshackle, noisy Exile on Main Street, which places feel over production. But for people with normal tastes, this is a perfect album. It starts with the last great Stones hit single, Brown Sugar, which is right up there with Satisfaction, Paint It Black and Jumpin' Jack Flash. People have turned against Brown Sugar because of slave references, but back in the day, the thing that made the Stones great was the way the vocals were quite low in the mix, making everything loud. And so nobody could really understand what Mick Jagger was singing. Also, because the album references needles and spoons and has a track called Sister Morphine, we all assumed that Brown Sugar was heroin. There is also Wild Horses, another of their classic tracks with a hint of country, as does Dead Flowers, which is an affectionate country pastiche. At the time, blues rock was the thing, and the Stones could do authentic blues better than anyone. I've Got the Blues is like a study in acoustic blues that takes off with a brass section and Billy Preston's Hammond organ. Bitch has a riff similar to the Temptations' Get Ready, but has a great Stones beat and more brass. Moonlight Mile and Sway are just excellent Stones songs. Can You Hear Me Knocking starts with a whole catalogue of great Keith Richards guitar riffs, which are assembled along with the vocal in an intriguing manner that makes it sound like nothing else. It has a saxo, then we get Mick Taylor's guitar solo that starts out sounding like Carlos Santana. And that is another reason why the Stones were at the top of their game. It was the era of the guitar hero. And the Stones had Mick Taylor, who played real lead guitar to Keith Richards' rhythm, unlike Brian Jones or Ron Wood, who both shared lead and rhythm with Keith. Mick Taylor had a very melodic style, and one of the great Stones tracks from the same lineup was Time Waits for No One from the It's Only Rock and Roll album, which has a monumental guitar solo. Another thing that made this album iconic was the suggestive title and the cover designed by Andy Warhol. Originally, the jeans on the front cover had a real zipper that damaged any album placed next to it. It was also the first Stones album on the Stones' own label and the first appearance of that tongue logo. Sticky Fingers, the Rolling Stones.